2024 was a really hard year for me in terms of reading because I have a very demanding job, but I did manage to squeeze in 22 books for 2024, and it was quite a very wide range of genres, but I really enjoyed them. It was mostly African books, which is, I mean, that's why this channel started, sort of because I wanted to read more African books. Anyways, and some of the books I reviewed them for myself, and some of them I reviewed for Glamour. I'll put a link in. You can see some of the books that I reviewed. Let's start. So first things first, this is Positively Me. I'll put the original book cover. I don't have it at the moment because my cousin has it. This is a transcript. I got this before the book was actually published because Jonathan Bull asked if I would like to interview the author, which I said yes. Rosabelle, a whole Rosabelle Mayaba. I mean. So this is Positively Me by Unozibele Mayaba. And guys, the way I got so emotional interviewing this woman, the I think 2 hours leading up to the interview that we did, we had a virtual interview because she's based in Joburg and I'm based in Cape Town. So we had to have a virtual interview. Like 2 hours leading to the interview, I got so emotional. So emotional, and I know why I got emotional. A part of her story speaks to me, and the crazy thing is when you first open her book, she says here, to the reader, may you find parts of yourself in this book. And that's exactly what happened. This is an autobiography. She wrote it with the incredible, the amazing Usisu Nyati. If you read South African books, of course you would know Usisu Nyati. So she wrote this book with her. Beautiful book. She, in this book, compared to her first, because she has another book that she wrote a while back. I don't know how many years back. So there, it was literally about her, more about her. But here, she sort of talks about her family, how she got HIV. She goes deep and the relationship prior to meeting her husband and everything like that. And I really loved this book. I am a big fan of biographies. I love reading people's stories. That's one thing about me. Like you can give me anything, but reading about people's stories, people look like me, people who have been through quite a lot, I really enjoy and also watch them rise. And this is one of those. It's like a testament. And I really enjoyed this book, and to be able to interview her, and we both cried. We had like this beautiful moment that we shared together. She got emotional, I got emotional, and we embraced that. We were vulnerable with each other because I told her why I felt like the book resonated with me so much, because there's a part of me that I found in the book. And yeah, I don't want to talk too much, guys. If you feel like picking this book up, please do. There's a transcript though. I'll put the cover. So this was one of my favorite books, top 5 in 2024. Second book, No Love for a Lady by Hannah. Listen, all woman independent, little bit of envy, on random. I don't know the lyrics, but yeah, I really enjoyed this book, Ninani. So here we follow this main character whose mother disappeared. It's a long time ago. It's like in the 1800s. It's in the 1800s when women were treated like they ain't shit, and then this young girl who lost her mother starts looking for her mother, and she hires a detective, and she's forbidden to do this. Listen, she's forbidden to do this, but because she's so determined, stubborn, she goes and look for her mom. She eventually finds her mother, and it's just she asks, why did you leave me? And it's like this beautiful story that unravels, and I really enjoyed it. And yeah, if you would like to read it, Go ahead. It's a fun book. And there, Mamela, if you have read The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, you would enjoy this. You would, you will enjoy this. So, 90 years old, this woman, Ruby, she's 90 years old. She's been an author all her life. All she knew was to write and write and write and write and enjoy life. So now she is about to die, and her publicist, the publisher, wants to squeeze out the last book from her. Just like, you know what? Fuck this shit. I am gonna write this book so that she can bake off and leave me alone. And she writes a book about all the men she has met in her life, all the lovers and everything. It's so juicy, and you're like, she has lived a full life. And there's so emotional moments here and there that got me crying. But girl, Ruby, I want your life. Beautiful book. I loved it so much. I like everywhere I went, it was like when I was reading it, it was here. Everywhere I went, everywhere I go, it was just such a beautiful book. I really, 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 really loved it. I enjoyed this book. Love it. It was one of my favorites in 2024. Next, okay, this is gonna be last book. Let me get another one. The fourth one. So, Nam, Wham Bam Mam. I think this book was published in 20, not sure, but I remember when it came out, a lot of people were making noise about it, and it was just everybody's TBR. Everybody was reading this book, and I don't know why I didn't read it then, but I read it this year. Ma'am, this is a girl coming of age. She has no nothing except her own space, taking care of a father for a very long time, with a mother who's just everywhere but not home. And then tragic happens, and then now she has to deal with the loss of a father and also finding herself. It's basically about girl finding herself. She finds herself in the worst possible way with grief. But she does it. She does it. She does it so good. It's a process. It progresses as you read, and you're like, girl, I'm rooting for you. I want this to happen for you. I am right behind you. So many young girls, the firstborns who sometimes have this load that they carry and have nobody to offload to. She reminded me of that, especially in the black families. I think maybe in other cultures, but in the black families, I see it quite often, where the oldest daughter just has a lot on her back and a lot on her plate, and nobody just says, "How are you? How are you doing?" So that's sort of what this book is about. And but she makes it even though it's hard, and she's learning. Beautiful book, loved it. Please go read it. Last book, Only Big Bomb Bomb Metal Sumara. I don't know why I pulled that accent, but anyways, Only Big Bomb Bombs. Only Big Bomb Bombs. I met Damilare, guys. I met the author. I met her twice. 3 times actually, because I also interviewed her for this book. I did a review of this book, and I did a Q&A with her, which was beautiful. She's such a beautiful writer. I know she also has this other book, Oh, the Man in Lagos, Ahmed, something like that. I haven't read it. I think I'm gonna read it. I think it's short stories. Don't know. I might be wrong. But anyway, she wrote this book, Only Bug Bomb Bombs Made Us Tomorrow. Just from the title, you're like, what? Who puts bomb bomb in the cover? But she did. Damilare did. She put the bomb bomb in the cover. And this, yeah, if I were to choose number one book that I enjoyed this year, definitely this one. I really, really enjoyed it, and I learned so much. Learned so much about the BBL culture in Nigeria, because sometimes we see it from afar, and in South Africa, there's a lot of we consume a lot of American television, a lot of American content, and we see BBL there. But well, for me, let me speak for myself. I see BBL being a thing there. I mean, it's also coming to South Africa, even though it's not huge as it is in America. But in Nigeria, this book opened my eyes. I'm like, what? BBL is a problem, but it's deeper than that. It's deeper than the BBL. It's about women coming together fighting the beauty standards that have been set for a lot of women from young to old, from different generations. It's about looking at how society has viewed women's bodies for a very, very long time, and how women are sort of fighting back and also taking like that ownership of, this is my body, I can do whatever I want, but how far are you willing? Where to what extent are you willing to say, this is my body, I can do whatever I want to do with it? I mean, nothing wrong with getting a BBL, but the aftermath of it, you know what I mean? And why are you getting the BBL? Damilara is such a brilliant woman. There was so much humor in this book. I laughed so so many times, and I truly enjoyed reading this book. It really, I read it everywhere. I read it everywhere and I enjoyed. I got to meet her, took pictures. Oh, also I have an autograph. She autographed my book. Dear Sindika, you're so cute. I love your style. Thank you for reading Bum Bum. Can't wait to speak. This was before we did the interview together when I met her for, they also did like a dinner for her when she came to South Africa. Because she came to South Africa for what's that event? The book Dundon event. I forgot the name of it. And then I went to see her there, and then I had dinner with her and the other people who are in the book community. And yeah, and she signed this book for me. And yeah, those are the books that I enjoyed in 2024, and I'm looking forward to 2025 and what I can read. And I don't know what book I'm going to start with this year, I won't lie, but I am excited to see new books or books that will be available to me. But anyways, that's me, and that's me signing out, and that's me saying I am back, and that's me saying I hope you missed me. So peace be still. Bye.